which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and freedom. Thank you very much.
That is New York Republican Nicole Malliotakis failing to recite the pledge, realizing she messed up, and just walking off. Charlie Kelly performed better at stand-up than this. What gets me, however, is this.
We're so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare.
Is how these folks desperately love their patriotic anthems.
You have to stand proudly for the national anthem. Well, you shouldn't be playing, you shouldn't be there. Maybe you shouldn't be in the country.
Trying to remind folks that part of what makes this country special is that we respect people's rights to have a different opinion. The test of our fidelity to our Constitution, to freedom of speech, to our Bill of Rights, is not when it's easy, but when it's hard. Sometimes, out of these controversies, we start getting into a conversation, and I want everybody to listen to each other.
You see by the dawn's early light, early we hail, twice gleaming, the stripes that bar far, there's Great glare, the bombs bursting in air, through the night, that a flag was full for. Oh, just a spangled banner yet wave.
Shout out to Monthly Movie Minute here. Good stuff. Look, I have heard and seen so many different things when it comes to the national anthem, okay? Republicans will have a hissy fit if someone who is, I guess, famous, someone who plays for a team, performs an action during their sacred national anthem. And yet you have Donald John Trump over here not putting his hand over his heart. Where's the uproar? You have Donald John Trump not knowing the words to the national anthem. You have folks who witnessed Donald John Trump when he was an owner of the New Jersey Generals in the United States Football League, which, condensing for 15 seconds, he owned the team. The only reason he got the team was so he could use that as leverage to then get into the National Football League. And Pete Rozelle said, no, I know what you're about. There is no way in hell I'm going to let this happen. We will never let you in the league. And thus, he tried suing the NFL for being a monopoly. It was an antitrust case. He won, but the jury awarded, and he wanted billions. They awarded him $3. $1, but antitrust treble $3. So he has had this vendetta with the National Football League for some time. And it solely comes back to the fact it's because they didn't let him in. So like the whole national anthem thing, it's a farce. He doesn't care about it. You think that guy cares about the national anthem? You think that guy cares about the troops? The same guy who, according to The Atlantic, called dead soldiers suckers and losers and said that he would never serve? Come on, man, get real. The guy who, according to reporting from the New York Times, had his daddy get a doctor's note about bone spurs so he couldn't serve. That guy. For the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance. Hey, I have a solution. Ban them. Outright ban them. Why do we need to play the national anthem before sports games? What are we going to do it prior to movies when we're in the theater? Prior to plays? What a weird thing to do for a country. But the reason is pretty obvious. Doesn't take much unpacking. It's nationalism. The Pledge of Allegiance. Nationalism. And as a matter of fact, there was one black American who refused to do the pledge and stand, and they got removed from school, sued the school, and won. Because what they did in Texas, is where the case was violate his rights. Violate his First Amendment rights. So like Nicole Malliotakis, who George Santos, who I hate, calls her Nicole Malliotakis. It's decent, not great, honestly, because there's just too many to choose from. And that is bipartisan, by the way. As a leftist, no one should be owning stocks. No one should be trading. And this anti-war Marge sort of narrative that's taken on a whole new life, whether with creators that we know or with others within the space that we don't. She owns stock in Palantir, man. Like, get real. She doesn't care about any of this. So as I'm looking at Nicole Malliotakis butchering this very badly, and Trump butchering this very badly, all I can think of, let's not put them in this position. I will help you out. Ban the pledge. It's weird. Ban the national anthem. It's weird. All this stuff is odd. Other countries don't do this. At least authoritarian ones don't. And all you have to do is question why they don't. And the answers become fairly obvious. So, yeah. Ban them.